right, here we go. All right. I see the issue that Mike was running into with the start of the stream. I had encrypted it to be a dual stream, and he had to fix it so that it was only Twitch because I set it up just for Twitch. And when it didn't hit the correct button, it said error. I now exactly know what issue he's running into. Okay. But it's all good. We're here now, and we're ready to start hunting for unknowns. Which, let me go ahead and rearrange my scenes a little bit here. Sorry, apologies. There we go. All right, now we're on our unknowns. And then what we can do here is we can go ahead and just set up our camp order. Which we can do very easily. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do like 1,500 encounters, get y'all out of here at a reasonable time. I can get to bed at a decent time as well. And then we're good to go. Alright. Green. It's all coming together, chat. Alright, I need to get those started. Okay, so we got those started, and now I need to get my counters ready. Left off on 2,700. That's right, we're getting there, Stacks. We're gonna be ready to go here in a sec. Pog face indeed. We can pull the systems a little bit closer. Okay, what am I forgetting? I'm gonna set up random beeps as well. I had those turned off because I just told Mike don't worry about it. Random beeps are back on the menu. We're keeping JoJo treats off. The Suicune attempts are back on. The power hour's back on. And the suggest emotes are, or the suggest redeems are also back. Sorry, I want to make sure those were back. We took them away. We returned them. No ransom required. Alright. And now we're good to go. I'm gonna do some test encounters in here. Counter's working properly. Let me quick check YouTube, make sure YouTube is running properly. We are. We are absolutely running right. Music is running. Audio's coming through. Couldn't be better. Let me post on YouTube too. Or Twitter. There we go. I just realized that the thumbnail covers my face. I've just now noticed that on YouTube. I don't think I've ever picked up on that. It covers my face. I can't believe it. Why would I do that to myself? Alright, we're gonna find a way to edit that in the future. Or I'll just remove the thumbnail. I think that's what I'm probably gonna end up doing. Or I have to put them in a different corner. Nobody puts thumbnail in the corner. Alright. Here are your first encounters. Alright, here's what's on the docket, folks. We're gonna do... How many are we gonna do? I don't know. How many do we want to do? That's a great question. Well, let's see. If we start at 2,700, we do 1,200. That'll get us to 3,900. I don't like 39 as a number. Just not a fan of it. So we're going to do 1,500 and go to 4,200. Yeah, that's the plan. And we're going to try to get a shiny before we get out of here, too. That would truly be the perfect Monday night stream. You get a battle, you get a new host, you get a proper switchover in the middle, and you get a shiny unknown on top of all of that. And I'm already starting to feel a burn in my neck, which is like a great start. Oh, we have a wild Lechonk, folks. Grab your wild Lechonk in the chat. Oh, a Q spotted. That's the unknown that we're looking for. I have a Cherish Ball. Let's throw a Cherish Ball. A shiny Lechonk would be fun. But yeah, but since we're only doing 1,500, we can basically take our time with the rest of the stream. It means we are going to run probably until 11:30 or something like that, but... Nice work on the catch stacks. But yeah, 1,500 encounters is a nice number. That will give us about an hour and a half of hunting. So let's say we started at the minute 15 mark, somewhere around that area. Or hour 15. Started around the hour 15 mark. That puts us in a good spot to get another hour and a half worth of hunting in. Chopin, welcome in with the beeps. Let me get an Eon timer up for you. Chopin, how are you doing? How was... You streamed Baldur's Gate tonight, right? It's a Monday. How was Baldur's Gate? Alright. Take that number, put it in here. Alright, Chopin, your beeps are on the way. Your boy slept through his stream time today. Oof. Well, I highly recommend checking out the VOD of tonight's stream. Because tonight, we had a guest streamer. I'm calling him a streamer now. It was that high quality of a performance tonight. We had a performance from Whoa Cowboy tonight on the mic, commentating a semifinals match between the LA Lake Spirits and the Sleeping Snorlax. I was able to catch the second half of the battle. I had an obligation that took up my time. I did happen to catch a small portion of the commentary. Oh, excellent. I imagine he did a great job. But yeah, I gave some pretty minimal instructions on how to get everything set up. I kind of had everything like in place, ready to go. And always there's something that goes wrong in the start of the stream, but he was able to figure out to get it going, and I'm excited to look back at the VOD. I think he did a really good job with it from the portion that I was able to catch on the way home. So I have to win my semifinal match tomorrow, which will be occurring after our unknown hunts tomorrow. So we are gonna hunt unknowns until like 10:30, and then I'm gonna battle in the semifinals. And if I lose, we're done and we're out. And then if I win, I'm in the championship against the other Esposito brother. So So I've been slowly working on my team. I put in a lot of work building it last week, and I kind of just have to do some touch-ups this week, make some final corrections, make sure I've got all the calcs correct, and I'm keeping track of my win cons as well. But that'll be occurring at 11 p.m. Central tomorrow. So we will do the full unknown hunt, which means we'll probably start around 6 p.m. We're going to hunt until 10:30-ish, and then we're going to start setting up for the battle. Yeah, sorry to hear you weren't able to stream tonight, but rest is important, and sometimes you need those after the workday. But yeah, to catch you up on the plan tonight, Chopin, we are going to be hunting for unknowns. We started at 2,700. We're going to do 1,500 encounters, which will get us to 4,200 on the phase. And that'll put us above half odds for the phase. And also, we talked about this offline, but I am very excited to play Outer Wilds DLC on Saturday. I'm pretty confident my schedule will remain clear on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that. Q cited. It's so cool, man. I don't think I'm gonna talk about it a bit without spoiling anything, but I just like how much it's so cool that it's taking place in one space. And yes, I know there are multiple spaces within this new world that we're in with the DLC, but it visually feels so big, and it feels so overwhelming. Because the thing with Outer Wilds, the first time playing through, it's overwhelming in a way of like, oh yeah, it's a solar system. Obviously, it's gonna feel big, but we were kind of able to dissect each planet on a planet-by-planet level, which felt more digestible. It was, alright, well, let's spend this entire day just investigating this planet. And we'll investigate the planet and learn what we need to learn, and we take all of those notes that we took from being on that planet, and we go back to the drawing board and we figure out, all right, where do we need to go next? Or do I need to go back to that planet? Things like that. Now, oddly with the DLC, because we are in only one space, relatively, the entire time, it feels so big. And visually, given just kind of the wraparound galaxy gravity format that it's in, it just it's visually feels really big. And when you consider that, like, oh, this is the entire space of the game, you could say that it's small, but it just feels so big. They did something incredible with how they laid out the game, and they also found a way to make it feel not only different from Outer Wilds, but also the same in just like how the vehicles work, how all those different things work in the universe. Like, just the operating things with light was a huge change that felt so familiar with the game. So I'm very excited to play that on Saturday. My mind has been racing at the points of like, okay, this is all we learned. I almost want you to like send me the rumor board, just so that I'm like familiarizing myself with everything that we missed. But we kind of wrote down everything that we wanted to do going into Saturday. So we'll have a good basis on what we want to discover in the next run. I've also been questioning just getting the DLC myself and then playing up to that point, but I think I'm just going to keep flying blind until we've completed the game. As much as it would be fun playing through it myself, I don't think I would get the same experience knowing half of what we've discovered so far. So in that way, I'm envious that you get to play it, but it's just still so much fun being in the co-pilot spot with you on it. So we'll toy around with the stream together stuff as well a little bit, just so that you're also kind of familiar with how the stream togethers work. That way it's not like your first time operating it if we were to do it again. Yes, we gotta mess with that stuff a little bit. Sorry, I've been listening. I'm also setting up my server stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. I'm getting that, like, same feel of when I first broke out Outer Wilds for the first time. It's truly a unique gaming experience, and I don't think something I'll ever be able to replicate. So, the fact that I know we're going through that right now with the DLC is just amazing. Alright, we're going to pull the games a little close here. We're just going to make a slight adjustment, see if we can bring the games a little closer, and then I'm going to change my posture. But yeah, we pounded out our first 300 encounters for the evening, so we're a fifth of the way there. Q sighted. God, I just know we're gonna get a shiny on the Game Boy soon. I don't know if it's gonna happen tonight. If it doesn't happen tonight, I'm predicting it happens tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow we get a Y or a G. Ooh, we have the chance of 3 Ks on the screen. Which, if we would have gotten 3 Ks on the screen, those odds would have been astronomical. Because it's a 2% encounter rate for the letter K on the Game Boys. And then it's a 1 in 21 chance that it appears on Soul Silver. So, a 1 in 50 chance times a 1 in 50 chance times a 1 in 21 chance. So 250 times 21. That's how much it took. Right? 50 times 50? No! 50 times 50 is 2,500. Right? Yeah. It's 2,500 times 21. Those are the odds of finding 3 Ks on these 3 screens. It's already like super hard to find. Actually, no, it's pretty reasonable to find 3 Ys, but even to find 2 Gs is pretty hard. Gonna drop her lurk. Good luck. Thank you, Stacks. Enjoy your lurk. We love lurkers on this stream. Yeah, it just feels good to get some numbers in tonight. I know dedicating just the evening to doing the battle would have felt rough for the remainder of the week, so I'm glad we're able to get some encounters in tonight. Also, I want to apologize to y'all. We weren't able to run a Saturday or Sunday stream. Saturday, we actually just did not stream from this channel at all. We streamed with Chopin. And I actually just joined the Discord, and Chopin was the only one to stream that night. And I was only able to do that for a little bit. We had some guests in town that we were housing, and we had guests through Sunday, so I wanted to be a good host and make sure that they weren't downstairs while I was streaming. So, like, didn't make sense to do that. But it was a good visit. We had a ton of friends in town, went out Saturday night. It was a blast. So I'm glad it all went well. But yeah, wasn't able to stream Sunday due to it. Which is a day lost, which is tough, as always. But from the looks of it, my schedule is pretty much free for the rest of the week. Barring some different scheduling things that I may have going on. I actually want to take a look at my schedule this week to see if there is anything that I should be anticipating, but for the most part, I think we don't really have much going on. Let me see here. Alright, so 24th, Zach moves, 25th, 26th, 27th. Yes. Okay. I'm going to a movie on Friday, so I'll not be able to stream that day. But that means we are going to get Unknowns in tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No stream Friday. And then we will get stream with Chopin on Saturday. And we could also potentially get Unknowns in before the Chopin stream starts. So if we really need to make up for time, we can do that. And then Sunday, I work, so no stream Sunday. Mother's Day in the UK. Oh, okay. So you heard it here first. Stream tomorrow at 5 or 6 p.m. Stream Wednesday, 5 or 6 p.m. Stream Thursday, 1 p.m. And then no stream Friday. And Outer Wilds stream Saturday with Chopin. Potentially Unknowns during the day. We'll see. I also do not want to overwork myself too far. If I'm able to get my 15,000 before we get to Saturday, I'm going to try that. But as long as we're getting our 1,500 in tonight, I think we can hit the other numbers. It means I'm just going to have to do over 3,000 the other nights. But this will be a good resting opportunity. I'm going to be going to bed at a decent time tonight as well, which I'm really excited about. So, lots to look forward to. we got a wild Lilip. The only grass fossil Pokemon. And I want to say that's one of 3 grass rock types in the entire game. Because it's Lilip, Cradilly, and Ogerpon Stone Mask. The rock grass Ogerpon. I can't remember what its official name is. Stonehenge? I don't know. Stoneheart, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's only 3 grass rock types, if I'm not mistaken. God, I hope I'm not missing one. That would be very embarrassing if I forgot one. I think that might be it. Because I know the Toedscruel and Toedscool introduced other grass ground types, which before that there was only one grass ground type, which was Torterra. But then they introduced Toedscool and Toedscruel in Gen 9. And now there's 3. Again, I hope I'm right there. It's just from doing the Pokedoku so many days. Alright, so, with the phase that we're currently on, there is a very good chance we could end up getting another question mark, because it's the same odds every time. It's always going to be a coin flip, and for any given game, it could happen. Like, we're just in that spot where we could hit another duplicate. However, I am alright with another question mark if it is on Heart Gold, because we will end the drought on Heart Gold, and we will get a question mark in those games, which we have not gotten one in Heart Gold and Soul Silver yet. So, at least we would get one on a different game. If we get one on Diamond and Pearl, I will be upset. That'll be 4 coin flips in a row where we flip heads. We need 1 tails. That's all we need. However, I have a good feeling that the next shiny is going to be on Leaf Green. That is my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. Diamond and Pearl, they're all spent. They've gotten too many shinies lately. They've used up their luck. They've got another 8,000 to go on those systems alone before they hit another one. Not going to happen. Heart Gold, very likely could be it. I mean, if we're going to hit a shiny, it's going to be on Heart Gold if it's on the DSs. However, we are so due. We are so due for a shiny on the Game Boys. Especially with the lowered odds on Leaf Green, it's got to happen. think timing-wise it would make sense for the Y or the G to hit now. That way we're not getting all of the question marks and exclamation points done too early, where we're in this spot where it's like, all right, the Y and the G are lacking. We need to get those soon. I think alternating between them is the best for our hunt at the moment. Alright, we're at the 3,300 mark, which means we have 900 more encounters to go. Convinced I just have to trade out one of these Game Boys. Maybe these Game Boys are just having some bad luck finding shinies. I gotta bring in the red one of these nights and we'll find a shiny right away or something. I shouldn't be getting antsy. I mean, we've had some really short phases recently. We're not even at half odds for this phase yet. We're fine. We're doing great with where we're currently at for this last push for the end till the summer. But I just like getting shinies on streams, you know? I am okay if we go over odds this week. I'm always okay with over odds. You just can't go over odds too many times in a row and just get duplicates. That's when it starts to wear on you a bit. But I'm not worried. I think the system we're operating with, where we expect at least one shiny a week, is realistic. It's not just realistic, it's like very reasonable, because if we do 15,000 encounters in a week, that's theoretically near reaching double odds, which means we should expect to get 2 per week. So the fact that we've gotten 3 shinies in the last 2 weeks each, so 6 total shinies in the last 2 weeks, is insane. Like, those are great odds. And I don't want to set that expectation for the remaining weeks leading up to the end of April. Because once we get into April, I'm going to be working some days where those are just days that I can't stream. Hitting the 5 streams per week is going to be a lot harder in April, which is why I need to kind of make up for that lost time now, before we get to April, which is coming up soon. But tax returns came in, so that's some nice little cushioning at the moment. Feels like a windfall sometimes. Ooh, a wild Smeargle. The Smeargles aren't as cool in this game because they don't get Sketch as an attack, which means they can't learn every move. So they're just restricted to the same moves as all the other normal types. Which, I don't know. And it's a Mon with really bad stats, so it's just not good for the game. The best Pokemon in this game are the ones that don't care about having their abilities. Like, Togekiss is very good. Florges is very good. Garchomp is fairly good. Basically, just anything with really good stats that doesn't rely on like a really good ability to make it good is good in this game. That and things that get recovery are very good. But they also reduced recovery a bit in this game, which I enjoy. Like, I think you only get 3 recoveries of a move before it runs out. So, not as many power points. 272,000 total encounters as well. Which, if we did do the full, like, it would have been like 3,600 encounters tonight. If we would have done the full 3,600, we actually would have finished above 375,000 tonight. But we're not doing that tonight. No, we would have had to do 3,900 encounters to go past 275. But now we can just do that on Tuesday, tomorrow. Oddly, like, whenever I know I'm only doing a small amount of unknowns, I typically get in the mindset of, like, oh, alright, let me just trudge through these, and then it ends up feeling like the longest 1,500 encounters ever. That's not the case tonight. I'm actually in, like, a really good spot where I'm like, oh, only 1,500 tonight? Great. And I can feel it going by fast, which I think is good. Now, if I were to do more than that, I think I would be psyching myself out and, like, putting myself in a spot to fail and maybe get, like in a bad headspace for it. But I think 1,500 is the right amount for tonight. That'll get us to 4,200. We'll be set to do, like, probably 7,500. Get to 7,500, 7,800 tomorrow night. Assuming no shiny, but 3,600. So we've got 600 more encounters to go for the evening. We've done 900 so far. But yeah, I'm happy to get just a small batch of unknowns in for y'all tonight. I got some projects that I need to work on. Maybe just a little bit this evening, and then I got some projects in the morning to get done, so it'll give me enough time to get relaxed, get the neck stretched out, and be ready to go tomorrow night. I will say, we saw some cues early in the night, and we have not seen many since on that Soul Silver screen, middle right. I think I'll take a rest stop at 3750. Just like a quick one to sit back in the chair for a bit, stretch out, and then we'll be good to go. Be good to go for the last, what would that be, 450? 450, yeah. You know what I could go for? Another shiny question mark. You want to flip heads again? We've already flipped heads 3 times in a row. I'm actually fine with a question mark as long as it's on Heart Gold, because that system has been on a drought for too long, and we also would then have a question mark in both Diamond Pearl and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I'd be totally okay with if that's how we got another question mark. If it was on Diamond and Pearl, I might play Sudoku. What if we got Shiny Q instead? Just for fun? That'd be pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. If we got... Okay, here's the thing, Chopin. It would actually be the biggest FU to Juan Pandemon if we got the letter Q in this current setup. Because we have 3 systems dedicated to just hunting for punctuation, right? So, nothing there. we have the Game Boys hunting for letters that do not have the letter Q. So also not an option. And we have Soul Silver, which is the only game hunting for it, where it has a lower chance, and it's 1 in 8,192 odds, with a 4 point whatever % chance of the letter Q popping up. So yes, it would be so funny, Chopin. Getting the shiny Q on this phase specifically would be the funniest thing. And it would mean we actually finish this before the start of the summer, which would be electric. Like, that would clinch it. I still think it's possible. We still have to put in 13... We have to find a way to put in 13 phases, basically, to get it when I expect we're going to get the letter Q. But there's also such a likely chance that we don't get this until next fall. And that's when we would, like, go back to regularly streaming again. Because I just would not be able to do the 15,000 encounters per week schedule during the summer. It just wouldn't be possible. Oh, this is the 3750 mark. I'll just keep going. I'm in a good rhythm right now, so we'll just keep running. Chopin, we've located your beeps. Q cited. Chopin, we've located your beeps. You can pick those up in chat on the way out tonight. That was 3,493 seconds on those beeps. Chopin, we've located your beeps. Thank you for participating. Yeah, the number popped up and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This will happen before the stream ends, thankfully. Where did my phone go? I'll worry about it later. Alright. So I can set that back up, and then let me just stretch the neck, stretch the neck, stretch the neck. Alright. Dang, we got beeps on a stream where beeps weren't even available for the first hour of the stream? Unbelievable. Q sighted. Alright, 3,900 means we are on our last 300 encounters of the evening. I know it was a quick one, but I think it's going to save us for the rest of the week, which I'm excited for. I think if we don't get it tonight, I have a really good feeling we're going to get a Game Boy Shiny tomorrow night. Shiny before we get, before we do our semi-final match is going to be big. So let's hope we can pull it off. We'll probably just get like 3,300, 3,600 encounters in tomorrow. Q sighted. And it'll be a quick one. But yeah, we'll go until about 10:30, 10:45 tomorrow. That just gives me enough time to get everything set up, get all my calcs ready. The stream overlay should already be, the scene should already be set up, so it's just a matter of making sure I got everything shown so that I can go through the team with y'all real quick, and then we'll be good to get going. Honestly, with how much I'm yawning here at the end, it's probably a good thing that we're going to be ending soon. Yeah, I'll be interested to see who's live right now. I saw that Eekfelk was live earlier, who was doing Manaphy March Madness, which is hunting for the Pokemon Ranger Manaphy. He raided our channel once, we raided him, and recently got affiliate. So if Eekfelk is streaming, I probably might pass it over to him. Otherwise, we'll see who from the late night crew of streams I can pass it on to. Oh, Ickfield already ended? Alright, good to know, good to know. That means we get to find somebody new. Or we'll just pass it on to... it's Tim something. Tim something. I can't remember what his full name is. But, no, we'll find somebody to pass it to. I would pass it to Tim, it's just Tim doesn't really stream Pokemon anymore. Kind of just streams Super Smash Bros. For the most part. And I would rather... Not to say that that's not fun, like I still love Tim's streams. He's a good personality. I just would like to highlight other Pokemon creators if possible. Alright, 150 to go. Q sighted. Also, for the Pokemon sleep enthusiasts, the shiny or the Cresselia vs Darkrai event is going to be starting soon. It'll be starting at the end of this the start of next week, so next Monday. But yeah, so that's going to be exciting. Lots of fun stuff going on for that. Basically, skill specialists get all the boosts. Sometime this week, if you go to bed at your bedtime, you get 2 stamps instead of 1 stamp, which I think is pretty cool. Plus, you can rack up ingredients a lot faster too. But yeah, fun stuff coming up in Pokemon Sleep. I'm looking forward to sleeping. So I think it's gonna be you're able to get Cresselia, and then if the global event goes over well, where we get enough people fighting the bad dreams that Darkrai is spreading, then it sounds like we're going to get an opportunity to catch Darkrai in the next week after. I've been slacking on my sleep, to be honest. Your, like, actual sleep, or you've been lacking on Pokemon sleep? Because getting used to Pokemon sleep definitely is a habit you gotta get into. I was just so bought in to doing Pokemon sleep that it's just become how I wake up. My morning is spent... Oh, both? Ah, that's fair. I've been there. Yeah, there was a time where I was, like, consistently going to bed after 3 a.m., which I still kind of am in a way, but it used to be as bad as, like, 5 a.m. So, luckily that's not happening anymore, and I feel like I got a good control over the consistency of my sleep schedule, which is nice. Your actual sleep schedule is so messed up right now? Damn. Yeah, lots of life factors can do that, especially like weird work schedules can definitely do that too. But I hope you are able to do your best in fixing that, because, and it's not any easy feat to fix it either. It is a gradual process, and then once you've completed that gradual process, it's still really hard to like get back on a decent schedule again. So, I totally know what you're talking about. So, I'm hoping you can find some sort of consistency with it soon. Here, maybe ending stream before 11 p.m. will help. But yeah, we are in our last 100 encounters, folks. So, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. Thank you, everybody. Applause to Will Cowboy, who... managed the stream, was here for the start of it. An expert rookie streamer to come and grace his presence in the chat and guide you through the first half of the battle. So it sounded like he did a good job, so I'm glad he was able to hold down the fort for a bit. I am sure we will see him in future streams going forward. We do have a championship that will be coming up. I'm on Eastern time, so it's already almost 12. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, you're nearly there then. Yeah, man, I don't know if I could... Eastern time's rough, because the 3-hour difference between that and West Coast means, like, there are things that are going on that you don't see until like 9 p.m. Like there are sporting events that don't start until it's like 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then simultaneously, like, people are already 3 hours into their day when people are just waking up on the West Coast. I like being somewhere in the middle. That's where I like being. The Central Time Zone's aight. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. Glad we were able to get some unknowns in as well this evening. We've got a lot of encounters ahead of us for the remainder of the week, since we missed Sunday. So, we got our work cut out for us. But, I think I said 5 p.m. start for Tuesday, so let's aim for a 5 p.m. start. Actually, no. I said for Tuesday it's going to be a 6 p.m. start. 6 p.m. tomorrow, and then it's going to be 5 p.m. on Wednesday. 5 p.m. start on Wednesday. 1 p.m. start on Thursday. No stream Friday. Ripstacks, didn't know you were fighting the Eastern Standard Time fight. Yeah, Chopin used to be on the East Coast for a little bit. It's not ideal, especially when we were trying to play Rocket League so often. We had to deal with this Eastern Time Zone dummy. Nah, it's okay though. It got us ending the night earlier than when we typically would have, so we ended up actually, the central time zone boys actually went to bed at decent times. Q sighted. CST rise up. $30 more to go, folks. Can we do it? Alright, last 6 encounters of the night coming up here. Can we do it? Can we get it on the last set of encounters? It's never been done before. And it probably never will happen. Question mark, exclamation, exclamation, C, Y, F. No shinies tonight, folks. Oh. Big neck stretch. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh, and we got a wild Feebas. Catch a Feebas, folks. We'll catch it in the outro here. Cherish Ball, why not? Yeah, and get your shiny rolls in too. Alright, full frame. Hello, welcome. Oh, I'm doing it like it's an intro. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me take a look and see who is live right now. I want to check to see who I can pass a raid over to. So if we take a look at Twitch currently, we have Wretched live as always. Timfamous is who I'm talking about. Absol is live. Toxime. We've been hitting up Wretched a lot lately, so I do want to try to find somebody else. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been a fan of TKD's stream, so I'm not going to be doing that. But let's go ahead and see what Twitch is recommending me. So we got Wretched, we've got Back to Labs. And I don't know what stream that... Oh, that looks like an Ironmon. Big Chillin', Kanto Edition, No Other Games, Randomizer Nuzlocke, Base Natdex Ironmon. Okay, what if I just search... If I just search by Scarlet Violet, what happens? Oh, a Sword and Shield batch quest to Mystic Fates. Yeah, okay. Mystic Fates, alright. Let's send it over to Mystic Fates then. Mystic Fates is doing a playthrough, a shiny badge quest of Sword and Shield. So let's go ahead and gear up for that raid, folks. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been a fun little stream to get some encounters in while also getting a semi-final commentary in with Woe Cowboy joining. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I will see y'all tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Central, and then we will get to hunting. See y'all then. Peace.
Those games. I just know it. I just know.
Deciding what to do after graduation was a big deal. I had lots of options. Lots of things I was looking for. Like the chance to do something important. Explore my potential. Then exceed it. And become the best version of myself. While also helping others. Looking back, I made the right choice. Now, I'm excited to see how far I'll go.